Welcome back to Morning Live. Mr. Peter Munga from NAT is in studio today, and the discussion will be purely about the issues going around the government, the CBC, NAT, Kupet is now in the mix, and just the water talk, because as it is now, the government is trying to poach women teachers from NAT to start different association, and we're getting reports that Jacinta Ndegwa, a very key figure in the NAT, has actually resigned, citing frustrations from NAT, and Sosion himself, who is the lead over there, but still, so much confusion. You can believe that your kid is actually sitting for exams in September. Your kid, class what? Class 3, sitting for exams in September. Now, Peter Munga is here with me in studio. Peter Munga, good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Okay, now, I'm good to see you once again. Will you allow your kid to take part in an exam?
No. Study 3, that is grade 3. That's
3.
8 years old or 9 years old.
Yeah.
Why an exam? What is the necessity? What makes it so important to have a child sit an exam?
Before even proceeding,
Even before they can spell. In public schools, in Study 3, the kids cannot even... We had a research from Uwezo Foundation, and they said that by Study 3, many kids cannot even write their names. They can pronounce.
Yeah.
So what is this exam all about? Are we prepared? Do we have the materials for this kind of exam? Are we teachers ready for that exam? An exam is not just a child. An exam starts with the planning, starts with the preparation, starts with the parents also, and also goes down to the teachers who will set the exam and mark the exam. Now, we as teachers don't even know about that exam. We heard it from the media.
Yeah. Who make these decisions, mate?
These decisions are made by people seated in high offices, ivory towers, people who feel their kids are not even learning in the Kenyan system. Their kids are in GHC and other systems. So they make decisions for us, and they believe we are like fools or like some cows or some goats whom they can lead to slaughter anytime they want. So the decisions are not made by teachers. They're not even made by people who have children in school like you and I. They are made by people whose children finished school long time ago, and many of them are out of the country. So for you and I who are here, we are left to suffer.
Okay.
Those are the people who make decisions for us.
All right. Now, looking at this issue, there's still a tug of war. When you look at the longevity of this issue, how long do you think it will take? Because every week there's something fresh.
Yeah, you see, actually, when the minister met the Kenya National Exams Council, that's NEC, last week, Thursday, and they talked about this thing of exam. First of all, it took us by surprise because when the media reported some time back that there will be an exam in Study 3, they reported this sometime in May. The minister came out and quickly said, no, there will be no exam. What is going to happen is that we are running away from 844 because 844 is an exam-oriented kind of curriculum. We want an exam, a curriculum where there are no exams. It's a laissez-faire. Teachers and students can just enjoy. There'll be cuts, continuous assessment exams, so that they can culminate in something in future. You know, so we were surprised when we heard him now say, oh yes, there'll be an exam.
Absolutely.
Now, when we pressed him further, he said, no, it's not going to be such a major exam. It will be downloaded from the computers. We just send it through email to schools, and the teachers can download. And once they download, they can give to their children to see it. Then the same teachers can now grade. Now, again, that is where the kizungumukuti is. Because when you say download, a school in Turkana to download an exam, from which computer? Using which internet? Which Wi-Fi? You see, that's why I told you the people who make decisions are seated somewhere in Jogo House with a lot of Wi-Fi around. So they believe everybody in Kenya is having Wi-Fi. And they can just log in and download an exam and give the children and print. Even where are the papers to print?
Absolutely.
Let me say something on this live studio. This morning as I was waking up to come over to this studio, a head teacher in Bungoma has called me, and he has told me, Mr. Tovoko, he's telling me, account one is the one that receives money from the government to buy stationery for schools. They have not received any money on account one since last year in May. That is money to buy duster, chalk, exercise books. They have not received any money. All public primary schools have not received money since last year, May. Now we are in July. That means 1 year and some months.
So what are you operating?
So these teachers are saying, we don't have dusters. Chalk. A teacher is told you buy your chalk and come with it. Or or do what you can. Actually, we have gone back to what you used to see.
Yeah.
Teachers are able now to write in the dust.
Yeah.
Because the chalkboards and the chalk and the duster and even all the sitting arrangements and sitting equipment, they are not there. These things are non-existent. So let us separate the truth and the lies. What we see happening in Nairobi and being happening in Jogoo House are things for donors to see.
Okay.
Somebody in an IMF who is sponsoring this whole thing needs to be told that we are fine, we're doing well. The money you are sending us is operating. And so they show schools where the children are learning.
Okay.
They take pictures of something like that. But the truth of the matter is nothing is going on. There is no CBC in our schools. Teachers don't know what's happening. You can go to any school, any public school up country, and you'll be told there is no CBC happening. So this exam for Standard 3 is an illusion. It's a figment of imagination of Magoha and his cohorts in Jogoo House, but not in schools.
Okay. Now, Kuppet is part of the mix now because they're feeling like there's so much confusion where grade 3 people can actually sit for exams. And also, KICD head didn't give teachers a tangible and a comprehensive answer on all these issues surrounding the curriculum in Mombasa last time the heads met over there. So what's really happening in this?
Yes, that's a great question. Actually, we were very glad to see Kuppet join us because Kuppet are teachers. Actually, I've been a high school teacher, so I'm supposed to be even a member of Kuppet. You know, Kuppet is for post-primary teachers. And I want to tell you, I was very glad when I heard them speak in Bomet. They had a meeting in Bomet, and it is over there. But they said, this new CBC, if it has to go on, first of all, there'll be workload, extra workload for teachers. And if there's extra workload for teachers, then that means extra money. That's how they reasoned.
Yeah.
You know, you cannot give teachers extra. Actually, CBC means extra work. To be a CBC teacher, it means you work extra.
Yeah.
You become a creator. You become a person who can create. You are no longer just a teacher. That's why even they are referring to them as facilitators.
Yeah.
Your work is just to be like a conveyor belt who is conveying materials to become doctors, journalists, whatever.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing that has made Kuppet also to think twice about this thing, the minister last week on Wednesday formed a task force. This thing we have been talking about.
Okay.
What Nat has been saying that there is no task force. There's no commission to drive this agenda called CBC. There's been no public participation. So to drive us towards the national conference and public participation, the minister has formed a task force. Now guess what? The unions are not invited in that task force. Kuppet and Nat have been locked out.
Wow.
So what does the minister do? He brings in some busybodies and other fellows to become members of the task force, including associations like Kesha. Kesha is Kenya Secondary Schools Heads Association. And KEPSHA, Kenya Primary Schools Heads Association. Those are private members clubs.
Okay.
You cannot be a member of Kesha if you're not a head teacher or a principal of a school. Like Kakamega High, Chebuyusi and such. You have to be the principal. So those are like Nairobi Club, where members only can enter.
Sure.
But you see, Nat and Kuppet carry all these people. As long as you are tagged a teacher, you are in Kuppet or Nat.
Okay.
So Nat and Kuppet speaks for teachers. We are the voice of a teacher.
Okay.
We are the voice of education. If you look at the objectives of Nat, it is good working environment for teachers. It is the working conditions. It is education policies as per se. We look at all those things. Now, the minister leaves us out. In a task force, they're supposed to review and work out this new curriculum and invites busybodies and other people like my friend Janet Mudhoni, the former education minister in Nairobi County, who was defrocked from the ministry recently with Sonko, Governor Sonko, who said that funds were lost under her docket and a matter of investigation is still going on. Now, the minister picks that person, makes her to sit on that task force. Now, what we are asking as teachers is, why are you leaving us out, Bwana Waziri? Surely, what tumefanyia wewe nini? Waziri Magoha. Amunga amefanyia wewe nini?
You know,
that you cannot allow teachers to sit.
You know very well, Bwana Munga, that you've been having a problem with the CS. And right now he's trying to flex muscles that indeed you have no say. You have no say to him. You know, these are the early signs you guys have to actually grasp. You know, we have the anecdotes that even say that even you guys, at some point you were invited to go sit down with the CS.
Yes.
But you didn't show up.
No, in fact, we didn't show up.
Yes, you didn't show up.
Yeah,
But
he
he
wants
wants
us
to
to
talk to you.
sanctify
Yeah.
an illegal process. We don't sit in, even the Bible tells us, don't sit in with sinners, don't sit with scornful people. We don't sit with such fellows. That's the truth. The Bible even tells us as not. So we told him, if you want us to come, we are coming to give you ideas on how to run. But when you tell us the train has left the station, you want us to jump onto the train is already moving. So you want us like Manamba to run after you and jump into the train. We won't do that kind of thing. We are professionals. We are teachers. And you see what he's doing, you have put it very well. He comes up and wants to divide us and form other things around us which want to confuse us, like water and some other things. We are saying, Mr. Waziri, let us focus.
Okay.
It is this curriculum we want to talk about. Forming other associations and keeping us out of the task force is not helping you.
Let's talk about the parents. What are the parents saying? Because now, when you talk about a pupil sitting for exams at grade 3, I will just revolve around that
Yes,
issue.
it's okay.
Now, parents, I understand they're concerned. My child doesn't know how to spell well, how to pronounce everything well, how to consistently write something meaningful. Even the handwriting is still not that developed. Yes. What are the parents saying?
Yes, actually, the people who are going to be affected most are parents. You see, parents don't even know what this new curriculum is all about. They've not been, induction. They don't know what this thing is all about. Parents of grade 3 pupils need to be preparing their children for an exam in September this year. Anytime we have a national exam like standard 8 or what we used to have standard 7 or class 4 KCSE, parents are very involved because your child is a candidate. And even the school invites you to the school, candidates' parents are invited, you come to discuss all those things. So now what is happening is this. Class 3 parents don't even know there is an exam. They're also hearing about it on media. These are supposed to have been inductioned. There needs to have been a pilot exam. We need to have done a piloting of this thing and parents involved. New curriculum is also about parents. In fact, in the new curriculum, CBC, parents take 70% of the work. Teachers do 30%. So the parent and the child do most of the work. Even homework is supposed to be done between the parent and the child.
Sure.
So now when the parents don't know, then we are left wondering, now, what exam is this going to be? Because this exam is not just about the child. This exam is also going to be about the parent. Because most of the homework that is done with this child is done at home.
Yes, true that.
So we are saying, parents, you are the ones who are the taxpayers. These are your children. Engage the minister more. Let it not just be Nat talking. We have something called a parents association led by my friend Nicholas Mayo. Mayo has also been picked to be on the task force that is going to oversee the running of this new curriculum. Mayo needs to raise these questions with the minister and in the task force. Parents are concerned, Mr. Mayo. Because they don't know what's going to happen in this exam.
Because every morning I see school buses going from private schools and public schools. Every morning I see kids going to school. Then I ask myself, which curriculum is going on here? It's a very big question because every morning when you actually ask a kid, he'll tell you the generic things that actually people did the yesteryears. So I'm wondering, what's really happening?
And I like that because actually, what is going on in our schools? We are still teaching the old system.
Yes.
It's just that people don't know. So when the minister stands in front there and addresses or the Teacher Service Commission, they talk, you'll think that everything going on is actually CBC. But we are teachers. We are in those classrooms.
Okay.
And the children you are talking about will tell you, Mwalimu taught the normal things that he has always been teaching. There's nothing different we are teaching. We are teaching the normal issues in schools, which is we have reverted back to the 844 system. That is what we are teaching in our schools.
Okay.
So anybody telling Kenyans that there's a new curriculum going on is lying to Kenyans.
All right, let's take a breath a little bit to just go to East Africa. We'll come back to you, Bwana Munga. And looking to attract tourists from South African and other business travelers, state-owned Air Tanzania Company Limited is set to revive its passenger schedule route connecting 4 major airports in Tanzania and the OR Tambo International Airport in Joburg starting June 28th. The 4 direct flights per week will use ATCL's recently acquired Boeing 787, that Dreamliner jet, which is a capacity to carry 262 passengers. This past week, ATCL Public Affairs spokesman Josephat Karigwa actually told the East African that the 4 local airports to introduce South African connections are Julius Nyerere International Airport, Dar es Salaam Zanzibar International Airport, and Kilimanjaro International Airport in northern Tanzania, and Mwanza International Airport.
Shirika la ndege la taifa la Tanzania ATCL, ambayo ni shirika ambalo lilikuwa ni mfu hapo kabla na hivi sasa ni shirika ambalo lipo hai, linatarajia kuwa na safari za kuelekea Afrika ya Kusini Juni 28 mwaka huu, na itakuwa safari hizo zitakuwa ni kwa takribani mara 4 kwa wiki, ili kwa ajili tu ikiwa ni mpango ambao umefika baada ya serikali ya Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania kuweza kuwa na mkakati kulifufua shirika hili, ambapo ATCL ilikuwa na ndege moja tu tangu mwaka 2011, ndege ambayo ilikuwa ikifanya safari za ndani, lakini baada ya serikali ya awamu ya 5 chini ya Rais Daktari John Pombe Magufuli, serikali ilipanga kununua ndege 7, na hivi sasa ninavyozungumza shirika lina ndege 8, na ndege mpya ambazo zimenunuliwa ni ndege 7, zikiwemo ndege 2 kubwa ambazo ndizo zinazotarajiwa kufanya safari za Afrika Kusini. Na ikumbuke tu kwamba lengo la kuwa na safari hizi za kwenda Afrika Kusini kutoka mjini Dar es Salaam ni kuongeza watalii. Ikifahamika kabisa kwamba watalii wanaozuru nchi ya Tanzania wengi wanapitia Afrika ya Kusini, ambapo huko kuna soko la takribani watalii 48,000 kwa mwaka. Kwa hiyo hii ni hatua muhimu ya kwa serikali ya Tanzania katika kufanya safari hizi, na hii safari ni muhimu sana kwa mlengo huu ambao unauzungumza, kwa sababu tayari shirika la Air Tanzania lina ndege za kutosha kufanya safari hizo, na pia na vile vile Tanzania inahitaji watalii kwa ajili ya kujiingizia kipato kutokana na shughuli hizo.
Right, always wise for our East African counterparts to expand their fleet, and Tanzania is just doing just that by, of course, expanding their routes. 787, one of the new planes actually doing that was supposed to do. So we're taking a short break. When we come back, Peter Munga is still in studio. This matter is not ending soon, and there's so much to be discussed. You know, also the issue of the teachers training colleges. Which curriculum are they using? Because now they're the key kind of recipients of all this, because they're the ones who have to be disseminate actually this information to the pupils. But as it is, also another big question: which schools are actually handling the CBC and which schools are doing the old curriculum? All they're coming to you after a short break. Right, welcome back to Morning Live. Yes, the discussion is all about the crisis hit education system in this country. We haven't even gone all the way to universities because we still don't know what's happening over there, but still that's a ball game for another day. Let's focus on what's happening. Private schools, public schools, the new CBC, who is doing it, who's not doing it. There's so much confusion. You ask a pupil or a student, what are you doing? He or she will tell you they're doing what we used to do. Now, Peter Munga, when we talk even about the consistency of all these things, do you think this thing boils down to a legacy whereby I want to leave the office knowing that I'm the one who started off this thing, and I'll actually be thumping my chest knowing that it is successful one day, one time?
That's true. Actually, it boils down to the legacy of our current president, President Uhuru Kenyatta. because it is in his address last year, end of year address, he was very categorical that I want to see a new curriculum for this country. And he even apologized on behalf of his minister that time for education, CS Amina Mohamed, who Amina Mohamed had come out and said that the CBC curriculum could not work. She had actually said we have to delay it for a few days. This is after she got a report from the task force that time, which included also Nat was in that task force, and Professor Ayir of the university, right now at the Daystar University. And the task force, the steering, actually it was called the steering committee in the implementation of the new curriculum. It advised strongly that you cannot go on with this new curriculum. So the minister went to the steps of KICD, Kenya Curriculum Board, and announced that we will not have this curriculum starting. We have to postpone because things are not ready. Actually, what she said was the truth. It was the real truth. But you see, truth is bitter. Immediately after she said that, there was a rebuff from publishers, people who are publishing books, because those are the people who are gaining. These are the people who have invested. They have published books for the new curriculum. All of them made noise. And then also another group that came out were now people who are in charge of the legacy of the president. Because they came out and said, no, this lady, why is she trying to... And actually after that, she was actually removed from the ministry.
Yeah, to sports.
Yeah, immediately. And the president even apologized on behalf of his government and said, my own minister has said this, but that's not the correct position. We will go ahead with the curriculum.
Okay.
So what we can say is that the curriculum is part of the legacy of the president. Yes.
Okay. Now, public schools, private schools, what's really happening on the ground?
What's happening is this, and that is now again the truth. The reality on the ground is what you see on those photographs you see on social media. When you see children seated in a classroom flooded with waters on stones, that's the reality on the ground. When you see children with schools without teachers, you know, the other day we saw a feature, and I will even dare this studio to send their crew to the field. Kajiado is not very far from here. And we saw in a place called Mauru division in Kajiado County, there were 58 teachers who were interdicted over the CBC curriculum. And those children are going without teachers. This is the second month running. We are now getting to July. This is the third month now starting. There are no teachers. So the school is there. The children go to school, but there are no teachers in class. So what we are saying is this. The reality on the ground is, and Kenyans can listen to this, the teaching of CBC is not going on in public schools. It's going on in private schools, some private schools. Because some private schools can afford. There are some other schools called informal schools. I don't know if you've heard of those schools. You find them in Madare, in the slums, because a public school cannot be able to fit in a deep slum because there's no space. So we have these schools we call UPBET or informal schools.
Just foundation, just a foundation.
Yes, just to start some foundation. They are there and they are doing some jobs inside there. There's nothing like new curriculum in those schools. Those teachers or people who teach there don't even know what is new curriculum. Go in deep into Madari, into Kibera, and see those teachers who are teaching. There's nothing like CBC. CBC is in the mind of the ministry. They know what they want. They have a good plan on paper. They are good thinkers. They are theorists. They are nice. They are going to seminars in Malaysia. They are going to benchmark in Finland. They are getting into planes. They are getting per diems. These guys are wearing good suits like this one of mine. They are feeling good. But the truth of the matter, those guys, you tell them, go to Eshivinga Primary, go to Shamsinjiri, go to Kona Mwisho Alami. There is nothing going on in those schools called CBC. And that is the truth. They know. But for them to keep their job.
Mwisho Alami in Tipis.
Yes, in Tipis, yes. There's nothing going on in those places called CBC. But for them to continue earning their per diem, wearing a suit like this one of mine, they have to keep telling the president that the CBC is on. Otherwise, they lose their jobs.
It seems like there's some loopholes that have been noticed. And you had one of your members who resigned, Jacinta Ndegwa. What was really happening?
I didn't expect that coming. Now you quoted me.
What is happening?
Jacinta Ndegwa has been my partner. I mean, actually, she's my neighbor in the office at the NAT headquarters. And she's been one of us, an elected official. representing all women in this country, and she runs a desk called the Gender Desk.
What happened?
Yes, that's what I want to go to.
Yes.
Gender Desk is a very sensitive, because most of our members are women.
Yeah.
In fact, in Nairobi, I did a survey sometime recently. We have less than 50 teachers who are male in Nairobi County in public schools.
Wow.
We have over 7,000, 8,000 teachers in Nairobi. They are all female. Any school you go to most of the schools in Nairobi, they are female. So what Jacinta Ndegwa did, this is what happened. Jacinta Ndegwa and Carters, or I don't know which word I can use. She seems to have partnered with some people in government and in Teacher Service Commission, and a few of her friends, another retired NAT official called Dorothy Muthoni. So they decided to form an association called Kenya Women Teachers Association, KEWOTA.
KEWOTA.
Now this is an association that all women have suddenly found themselves forced into that union and contributing 200 shillings. 200 shillings from 168,000 teachers, female teachers in this country. 200 times 168,000 is 62 million per month. That's not small money. And we are saying, these are our members. You didn't have to tell them you're forming an association. You have undercut us. You have used some of our resources. Because she was working in our office. She has access to membership. She has access to data of our members. She has access to TSC numbers of our members. So all she did was, she was able to collude with the Teacher Service Commission and transfer our members to her union, not a union, to her association.
So that means already, as it is, there's a signal that indeed the government is trying to get away with your opinion. Yes. So you as Peter Munga, the government comes to you today, says you're now going to actually form the Male Teachers Association, and of course they'll actually give you around some few coins. Will you leave that?
Oh, for me, I will not leave, but Kenyans will. Many of them may want to leave. Me, for the sake of social justice, for the fight of the teacher, the classroom teacher, my heart goes out always to the classroom teacher. An association cannot do labor work. That is a labor.
Majority of your members are women. Jacinta has actually quoted them. That means Jacinta is pro-government right now. The CBC has a level of understanding between two factions. Now, that means Jacinta is winning the battle.
Actually, Jacinta was able to meet the Minister for Education, CS Magoha, behind our back.
Absolutely. And now, that means also you are failing as NAT.
Not we are failing.
Yeah. You're failing as NAT.
We take a position as NAT.
Majority of your members are women.
Yes. But she doesn't speak for them.
Jacinta
doesn't speak for those women.
62 million per month. They have the muscle to do anything.
Yes. But through corruption, not through the right way. Because in fact, NAT has written to the DCI, Kinoti, we have written to the EACC to investigate. How did our women get deducted 200 shillings without their knowledge? These women in Kenya have come out. Have they
complained?
They have complained. They have signed letters. They have written to the Teacher Service Commission and said, we are not members of KEWOTA. We will not be members of KEWOTA by force. So our members have also received those, have written to the employer, and they are saying, do not deduct any of our money. So what we are saying is this. Jacinta may think, the government has used her to try and steal our members. But luckily we are alert. And our members are even more alert. Sisi tuko chonjo kabisa. And we have told our members, write letters, and we have taken Jacinta and her team to DCI to investigate. How did our members end up in your group? How do you deduct their money without them? Because for you to join a group, any group, you fill a form. KEWOTA is not the first association in this country. We have KEPSHA, which is for Kenya Primary Schools Association. It's an association also. KESHA, there are associations. But what they do, they hold a seminar, they hold elections, they come up with a constitution. The officials are elected. Then they take the minutes to the registrar of societies or wherever. Then the registrar allows them to have a code to deduct money from members. These ones did not do it. They had a shortcut. They elected themselves from some banana plantation, and one of them declared herself chair, another one treasurer. And that's not even allowed in this country. It's illegal. And we cannot allow it. It's immoral, it's illegal, it's ungodly. And we are saying no to KEWOTA as teachers of this country.
Now, it's clear that you guys are being fought.
That's one of the sides.
Absolutely, being fought. And by the time you see this thing goes all the way to DCI, it means there was some unscrupulous way that teachers were deducted.
Yes.
But now, looking at even the channels of deduction, you know, there's not just one, you know, as TSC, they need to get communication.
That's true.
Yeah, that this amount of money is going to this project.
That's true.
They deducted. What's happening? you know, as payroll, I need to know what's happening. So who communicated to TSC, told them that if teachers have to be deducted this amount of money, there must be someone very powerful.
It must be somebody very powerful in
Yes.
government. Because I'm telling you, my friend, you can't start an association, even here in this studio.
And
you
payroll,
start deducting
can't be compromised.
It cannot be compromised.
Yes. So who's
there's
that?
a government payroll. TSC is the biggest payroll in this country, by the way. There are 300,000 teachers in this country. So you can imagine that kind of payroll is very big. For somebody to infiltrate it and be able to deduct 200 shillings from every female teacher in this country, that person is powerful. That is a way to fight NAT and KUPPET. KUPPET has come out very strongly than even NAT in this matter by saying they are going to court. They'll be court. I think they are filing this morning. So KUPPET is filing a case this morning, but NAT has gone to DCI. I think the two unions have decided to do it in different ways.
Okay.
So you have asked a very good question. How did that happen? And that is the question we always keep asking. How did maize enter air? Was imported, I don't know, from Mexico and enter National Cereals Board. Things happen in this country that you fail to understand. So this is part of the thing that we are seeing, that something happened within TSC that is totally illegal. For you to deduct money from teachers, from your employers, and Teacher Service Commission, surely by God's grace. Surely you are supposed to protect your employees. How do you allow somebody to deduct money from your employees without their knowledge? It is even wrong for Teacher Service Commission. And I don't want to say something very serious, but this is very serious. Very serious. We are taking it very seriously.
So looking at even, you know, let's just maybe revolve around the city of Nairobi. Let's talk about even other towns in this country. Let's speak, for example, let's just use a random town, Karatina. Karatina town. The schools in Karatina. Now, we have Karatina University, we have Karatina Primary School, we have all these institutions in Karatina. A very small, active town. Let's use that as actually our sample town. Now, looking at the transition, do you think there'll be that smooth transition of the CBC to even the secondary, you know, the smooth transition, and of course now university. You know, that's the problem. Will the university still actually handle the same
teachers training colleges?
Yeah, absolutely.
You see, you've used even a very good example. Near Karatina, there's Kagumo TTC, there's Kamwenja TTC.
Absolutely.
All these things are there. Now, in curriculum development and implementation, there's something called curriculum designs. They design. You know, the way you want to design a building like this one, like the architecture designs. So the curriculum designs, I was in Mombasa, by the way, you've not asked me where I've been all this time. I was in Mombasa for the heads conference. And of course, I had a good time.
Okay.
Now,
I saw your Instagram photos.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes, of course. Now, my brother, the principals in Mombasa put Magoha to task. In Mombasa.
Just hold on right there. Wow. My director, Mr. Dan Guru, tells me we take a short break now. When we come back now, Bwana Munga will actually proceed with this conversation. He was in Mombasa. He knows what happened over there. Yes, he had fun, but still, let me tell you, this thing is actually far from over. A tug of war is about just to be experienced between NAT, KUPPET, and TSC. So many people have now been juggled inside there. So we're coming to you after a short break. Stay tuned to Morning Live. All right, welcome back to Morning Live. Mr. Munga was taking us through conversation in Mombasa where the school heads actually met, and the conversation was just simply about the CBC took center stage in that whole issue, but still, he was telling us something. So we can proceed, Bwana Munga.
Yes, I was just saying that there's something called curriculum design. Curriculum designs are like when you want to build a house. You have to have that architectural, map to show how many the timber you'll need, the iron sheets, the bags of cement, and how generally the house will look like. Where will the bedroom, where will be the sitting room. So curriculum making is just like building a house. So the designs for building this curriculum to up to university level are not yet out.
Okay.
You can imagine we are already having a curriculum moving. You already in standard 3, but there are no designs for junior, secondary school, and upper secondary. There's something called junior school, high school, and upper high school in this new curriculum.
Okay.
The head teachers in Mombasa, the principal said, we don't know what it is. We have not been given those designs.
Yeah.
And when the minister came and was told to address it, he avoided that.
Yeah.
The KICD CEO is called Dr. Juan. Dr. Juan also came to Mombasa. Instead of telling us exactly what are the designs for the new curriculum, that is his work. He went out to hit at night and hit at Sosion and all that sort of people. So what we are saying is this.
Okay.
Actually, parents and viewers who are watching this program, the designs for this new curriculum are not yet out.
Okay.
The designs. And design is like the map.
Okay.
It's like you want to build a house, you've already done the foundation, first floor, and yet you don't have the map
Okay.
for this building.
Something else, in our schools, we used to have teachers who teach chemistry,
Yes.
mathematics.
Yes.
Some even did all the sciences and mathematics. Languages, we had those who did English, Swahili. If you do maybe physics, you also teach mathematics. If you do business studies, you do other things. But how's the structure this time around when you talk about teachers now being a factor to multiple
Those are the
prospects?
designs that we're talking about,
Yeah.
the curriculum designs. That the teachers in high school are saying, what will we teach? We don't know yet. It is 3 years. You see, according to this new curriculum, we are in grade 3 right now. We'll even do an exam this September. But in grade 6, which is 3 years from now,
Yes.
the kids need to do another exam and go to junior high school. That is,
Okay.
secondary school starts in grade 7.
Okay.
So that is where the new high schools begins. They don't know what you'll be teaching in high school, in Form 1. Physics teacher, chemistry teacher, what will you teach?
Yeah.
The teachers training colleges don't know. The universities are supposed to train these teachers who will teach this curriculum in high school. Have not received a curriculum design for them to know how to train these teachers to handle it.
Yeah.
So we already are going on, but we don't have the design.
Absolutely.
We don't have the architectural map. It's like building the KICC building. You already reached second floor, but amjui
Okay.
vile itakaa huko juu.
Okay. Okay, I have a question here from a viewer who is asking, Bwana Munga, good conversations right there, nice suit. He's called Mudhui Mkenya, actually. He's a very common guy on Twitter.
Yes.
He's asking, now, with the fact that teachers are being frustrated, how long will the frustrations go on? That's a very funny question.
Yeah, no,
how long will your frustration go on?
Yes.
When will you keep quiet?
Oh,
Wow.
we will keep quiet when we find justice
Okay.
for the Kenyan child and for the teacher.
Okay.
As we stand, every worker in this country, in fact, if Mudhui, this listener needs to also realize that
Yeah.
it's not only teachers who are making noise.
Okay.
Even right now, we are hearing something like there will be no more employment on permanent and pensionable terms.
Contractual, yeah.
Yes, so this contractual coming. So we as NAT, we are a labor union.
Okay.
And a labor union must make noise, must
Okay.
talk
Okay.
when there is an injustice.
All right.
So we will continue to make noise until when justice is found
Okay.
for the teacher and for the child.
All right. Yvonne just texts me and says, I'm a teacher and I feel like there's so much kind of mapendeleo of teachers. Some know what is going on, some do not know what's going on. Is it true?
That's very true.
Okay.
And she's a good teacher.
Okay.
Because some teachers in, say, Nairobi have gone to some training. This thing you hear about, there's a training going on.
Okay.
There is a person from Northeastern in our office called Ali Hussein,
Yes.
the deputy national treasurer in NAT. He comes from Mandera. He was telling me the other day in the office that new curriculum is not in Mandera. It's not there.
Okay.
And there, people are no man. Some people don't live with their children in the same house.
Okay.
So even this thing about new curriculum and homework, they don't even know what it's all about.
Okay.
So she's right. Some teachers know something about the new curriculum.
Okay.
Majority don't know.
Okay. Now, Nyiha Wamwani asks, what of the national exams? Will all the schools sit for the same curriculum national exams?
Yes, that is what is expected, that all schools will sit for this standard 3 exam.
Okay.
But not all schools and all children are prepared. Not even all schools know what that exam is all about.
Okay.
But all of them are expected to sit for that exam.
Okay, okay. Interesting. Now, just on this exam thing,
Yes.
you know, we have a mentality in our schools
Yes.
where revolt always comes at the 11th hour
Yes.
before something happens.
Yes.
Do you see this thing happening? Because also examiners marking of the same thing.
Yes.
Are we ready for all this? Are we
Of
ready?
course. Beautiful question. We are not. That's what Nat is saying. And you're going to see the last minute crisis. And that's what we are like a country. We want to start running around the last minute. If we don't have dusters in schools, we don't have pieces of chalk in schools.
Okay.
Now, will we be ready for an exam in Standard 3? That is the question. Where is that money coming from to do an exam in Standard 3? A national exam is money. I'm telling you, it's billions of shillings.
Yeah.
You saw last year during the national exam, even CSS had been deployed to go to supervise exams.
Yeah.
All policemen had been deployed to go to schools to supervise exams.
Yeah.
The country almost comes to a standstill during exam period because all police stations, all policemen, military, many people are used to make sure that the exam is secure
Sure.
and it is safe.
Sure.
Now, imagine now, exam has been being done only in the month of October and November. Primary in the end of October, secondary November. Now, September will also be an exam year, exam time.
Wow.
Meaning, schools have to close for Standard 3 exams to take place. Because you cannot have other kids playing in the field and making noise as Standard 3 or grade 3 are doing exams.
So wait, this September we'll have exams?
Yes, we are having exam this September.
Okay.
So you can imagine we'll open school and then maybe close for Standard 3 to do exam. Maybe open for another week, then again close.
Have you known how long the exams will
The
take?
exam will be, according to them, they said it will be September 19th to, I don't know, something towards again end of September.
Okay.
So
Okay.
meaning there'll be the whole of
The whole of Kenya will actually sit for
will
this
be
exam.
sit for exam.
Okay,
Because you can
interesting.
imagine how many Standard 3s are in this country.
And this exam, oh wow, this is very interesting. I think where I'm seated also as a
Yes.
journalist, there's some things that are not actually very clear.
Yes.
And looking at it, problems with textbooks.
Yes.
Parents have to dig deep into their pockets to
Of
get
course.
textbooks. Eh?
Yes.
Now another issue also. Let's talk even about you know. At the end of the day, we have that. You need to get that approval. But even as the society itself.
Yes.
There's so much tension going on in the society,
Yeah.
whereby even neighbors, those interested in education matters, are kind of coming out very strongly to condemn the government.
Yes.
I'm not trying to say I'm pro-government.
Yes.
You're also not. You've been fighting the government.
Yeah,
left, right,
we know you've been
center.
telling the government the truth.
But still,
Yes.
Standard 3 exams
Yes.
coming in September, and some schools haven't even seen what this thing is.
Actually, that is the role of the media. We expect the media to be interrogating this. And I'm happy we're having this conversation on this show this morning. It is a crucial thing. How do you talk about an exam, national exam? It's Standard 3. Costs that are implicated are enormous. The cost of education in this country is becoming too enormous because the moment you put an exam, everybody gets concerned. Because with this exam, what is the importance of this exam? Is it a transition exam to make sure that the child moving to grade 4 has passed an exam?
Okay.
Why an exam? You see, for you to hold an exam at that level, there are many things you need to have interrogated. And you also bring in another thing. The public participation about it.
Yeah.
Parents need to question.
Stakeholders, actually.
Yes, you people as parents need to come up and say, why an exam is Standard 3? Because it's affecting all your children.
Maybe do you know the content of the exams? For
Of course,
example,
no.
paper 1, we have maybe which subject is this? What's the second paper?
They will be examining children in 6 things.
Okay, 1.
Environmental studies, hygiene, mathematics, English, Kiswahili, social studies, I don't know.
Okay,
So those are
all these things that Standard 3 has to write everything.
Yes, a child is Standard 3. That's why we are wondering.
Okay.
And I want you to actually think about this. Imagine a child in Standard 3 now is handling 6 subjects.
6 subjects.
Do you know me? I did CPE. I did only 3 subjects in Standard 7.
Okay.
3. Now, we are taking the country back. You can imagine, right now, go even to the school buses you are talking about that children are in. Mtoto mdogo sana is carrying a very heavy bag right now.
And also,
you look at the volume of environmental studies Standard 3, the volume, the book itself. I bought for my child is Standard 3.
yeah.
The volume, and that book costs 800 shillings.
Okay.
The volume of that book, that's one book. Then you need Kiswahili, then you need English, then you need CRE, then you need social studies. My friend,
Wow.
the
Interesting.
books are heavy
And also they wake up very early.
and they have to wake up. And you know, we are talking about a Standard 3 child.
Wow.
That's 8-year-old.
I'll use you as a center target here, because now when you talk about you as a parent at standard 3 right now, it means September you have a candidate.
I have a candidate just suddenly, and I was not even aware. Now, I'm being told in July, this is June, that I have a candidate this year. So I'm supposed to prepare the child psychologically to sit for an exam. I have to plan, I have to budget, I have to think about all those things.
So, 2 scenarios. The child doesn't do well, and the child does well. What will happen?
That's
do you have the old structures? When he or she
when
fails,
he passes or fails,
what happens?
What happens?
Yeah,
that's the question.
You still don't know what's happening.
Me, I don't know. I'm a teacher. I don't know what for. Well, I'm not aware. Those, as I put it before in this studio, the people running the show, calling the shots, are sitting in some ivory tower called Jogo House. Yeah. We don't know what is on their mind. They don't talk to us. They don't invite us as teachers. They just make a policy statement somewhere in Jogo House, and they expect us to follow. Unfortunately, we won't follow them.
All right. So no clear information about the progress after exams?
No clear.
Wow, interesting. Or maybe
so we don't know if the child will get a degree. A certificate. Because we normally have a certificate as study. So will there be a certificate as grade 3? Certificate for what? For you to say you are what? Competent in writing or speaking English or speaking Kiswahili or what? We don't know.
Okay.
And that's what media has to play. This role the media has to play.
But you see, the media has a role to play.
Yes.
But you see, we are living a purposeful, kind of driven situation here, and life also.
Yes.
You know, we have to be solution oriented. Yes. We might go and cover all these things, but now the impact of our coverage, what will happen? Yes, the government, they have an idea of what's happening, but now the media will go on the ground,
you'll open
do
their
all
eyes.
these things. We will do that.
Yes.
But still, when someone has flexed his or her muscles on Jogo House, we can't do anything.
Yeah.
But still, it's open out here that indeed there's something happening. Now, your last sentiments.
Yeah, my last sentiments are, Kenyans, we are not ready for the CBC curriculum. NAT is continuing to say the truth. NAT has not softened its stance on the issue of the CBC. We are waiting for the minister to engage us. He has not yet engaged us. When he will engage us, we'll tell him the truth that we are not ready. We are not prepared. We don't know what CBC is all about. We don't have the curriculum designs. So if you don't have a design for a building, you can't build the house.
Absolutely.
And so we're going to tell him, Mr. Minister, sir, we respect you as a minister, as a cabinet secretary, but parents, teachers, and students who are the members of this train you talked about that has left the station don't know where you're taking us.
All right. Thank you so much, Peter Munga. I just have to need you, for the guys in St. Paul, Samukura, Friends School, Kamusinga, and Mangu, Mr. Munga was talking actually ill about us during the break. But I believe, we saw in highness, we'll forever rule. But still, thank you so much for joining us today, Peter Munga. We'll call you back here, and very soon, we had called someone from Educan. Actually, they didn't show up, but it's all about the education system, the CBC. I wish they came, but still, next time, we'll call a pro CBC in studio and all air all this matters out. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much.
All right.
My pleasure.
All right. We're taking a short break. When we come back, conversation continues. We had a recording earlier, so stay tuned to Morning Live.